let's just I want to find some space that I'm going to put for the topics. Here are we want to list the topics. Remember that whenever we do, we are going to come back and look at the structure of our IGCSE mathematics, and we are going to know where each question is from. If we know where the question is from, we are going to think straight. You think according to the topic. If you think according to the topic, you'll never be confused. You don't think haphazardly. You think from first principles. It means you think according to the concepts that are in the question. You can't be thinking about algebra, things that have nothing to do with geometry when you're doing geometry. Okay? Circle theorems and stuff. No. That is why I always remind you, whatever subject we do, of the structure of that syllabus. So you always know where the question is from and you think accordingly. So here is our IGCSE maths. This is the last revision of it. I've always done this with you. You know that we do it every day, but I'm doing it one more time with you before this paper so that you always see it. How many units do we have? 4 units. 1 is number. Unit 2 is going to be algebra and graphs. In this video, I'm not going to be telling you the percentage that each unit gives you, okay? But we are just going to be putting the units and their topics. Unit 3, this is unit 2. Unit number 3 is going to be shape and space. Shape and space. Then unit number 4 is going to be probability and statistics. So this is probability and stats. This is going to be unit number 4. And these are the 4 units we have for our IGCSE math. And we have 9 topics which we are going to list now. Then everything else is coming as a subtopic. What are the 9 topics? Topic number 1 is number. Topic number 2, the syllabus calls it coordinate geometry. What is the other name which I told you? Coordinate geometry is just linear algebra, okay? We'll put in brackets to say linear algebra. We're coming back to it, okay? Then what is topic number 3 is algebra and graphs. Big topic, the biggest one, okay? Biggest topic, carrying the most percentages. Then what is topic number 4? We can say topic number 4 is going to be, we can say geometry. Then topic number 5, what is it going to be? Topic number 5 is going to be trigonometry. You can put it as trigonometry. Then topic number 6, what is it? Vectors and transformation. Vectors and transformations. Then topic number 7, what is it going to be? Topic number 7, number 4 all the way to 7 is in this one. Number 7 is mensuration. Then 8 and 9 are in this last one. 8 is probability and 9 is statistics. So here we have it. Here are the 9 topics and everything should be traced back to where it is from. Only 9 topics. How does it confuse you? Only 9? Really? 9 topics. Only. Come on. So what is coming in topic number 1? Number, right? What comes in that topic number, code number? What are the subtopics? What are some of the things they learn? Sets. You're going to learn about sets. You're going to learn ratio and proportion. Upper bound, lower bound. You know, the bounds. Rounding off. You're going to learn exponential increase, exponential decrease, simple interest and compound interest. Currency conversion, converting from one currency to another or from liters to whatever. Then time calculation, where you do talk about time. All these things will be in this topic, code number. Okay? So what is it? Ratio and proportion, interest, time, currency conversion, sets, you know, rounding off, bounds, these things that are coming together. Percentages, where they talk about percentage increase, percentage decrease, reverse percentage. These type of questions are from topic number 1. Even the laws of indices, these are from topic 1. Topic 2, coordinate geometry, which is also called linear algebra. What does it ask for? Midpoint, length of a line, equation of a line. These are the things solving even when you get 2 simultaneous equations and they're both linear. This is from linear algebra, where you deal with the line. Then you talk about gradient and the y-intercept. These things you do with the line. The gradient of a line, the y-intercept, the equation of a line, the midpoint, the length of a line. All these things you learn them in linear algebra. Then when you're done, what next? Algebra and graphs. That's the next topic. This is the biggest topic. This is where a lot of the things are. In algebra and graphs, you're going to get a lot, the huge percentage of your IGCSE. What is in algebra and graphs? You start with subject of the formula. Then you go to expanding and simplifying. Then you go to factorizing. Then you go to solving equations. Then you go to solving inequalities. Then you go to graphs. But the graphs will not include graph of sine, cos, and tan. Those ones are separate. They are from trig. But every other graph is from here. Then what else? Functions. Then what else? Differentiation. Then what else? Completing the square. Then what else? Sequences. All these things are going to be coming in your algebra and graphs. Okay? Linear sequence, quadratic sequence. These things are coming in algebra and graphs. Then what do we have? Geometry. In geometry, what are we talking about? Angles, angles, angles. But we don't talk about angles from a triangle. Not in a triangle. Angles in a triangle, we learn about them in the next topic, which is trig. But any other angle, angles in a circle, the angles in a polygon, whatever, let's say they say heptagon, hectagon, whatever they tell us, you learn about it in geometry. So circle geometry is part of geometry. First you do basic geometry where you learn about angles on angle on a straight line, then the angle on a point which is 360 degrees. Then you're going to learn the angles in that are made by parallel lines, angle properties of parallel lines, which is what are co-interior angles. There are three of them for parallel lines. Co-interior, then corresponding, then alternate. When you know these three, then what are you going to talk about next? In geometry, you are going to now talk about circle geometry, okay? Of course, you also talk about what opposite angles are. Then you go to circle geometry, you talk about the geometry of circles, then you just keep going. So anything to do with angles is here. The sum of the interior angles, then the sum of exterior angles, you learn about them in geometry, and you'll be done with geometry. Then, loci is also involved, but we'll see if you'll ever be asked a question on that. I don't know. Trigonometry now is going to be on triangles. Not only triangles, but things that come from triangles. So trig has like 4 sections. The first section you learn about bearing. Learn about bearing and understand everything to do with bearing. Then you're going to do the second one, which is about right angle triangles. Right angle triangles and trig, you learn Pythagoras and SOHCAHTOA. These are the 2 things we use when we have a right angle triangle. Then you learn the third thing, which is going to be for non-right angle triangle, which is sine rule and cosine rule and area being half AB sine C, which are the things I showed you here. Section 3, non-right angle triangles. Then you go to section 4, which is section 4 will now be the trig graphs and trig equations. So trig graphs, section 4, you learn sine graph, cos graph, tan graph. Then we can say section 5 is now trig equations, where you're going to be asked to solve an equation which has a sine x in it or a cos x in it. And the only way to solve is to use what we call a cast diagram to find all the possible solutions. Then you go to vectors and transformations, where you're going to meet the 4 types of transformations, where you'll be asked to draw or describe. Those are the 2 questions they'll ask you for the 4 types of transformations. Translation, rotation, reflection, and enlargement. They are types of transformations. Translation is a type of a transformation. Rotation is a type of a transformation. Reflection is a type of a transformation. Enlargement, which people think it only means making it bigger. No, you can make it smaller by multiplying by a fraction. It's still type of enlargement. Vectors, we'll talk about it. A walk in the park. We'll talk about the small things you got to know about vectors, and we'll see how it goes. Then mensuration, we've been talking about it. Volumes, areas, surface areas, blah, blah, blah. Then you go to probability, where you need to know how to use the keywords and how to use the keyword or. Then you're going to learn the difference between basic probability and conditional probability. Conditional probability, when you pick without replacing. How does it affect the tree diagram? You have to know. They will tell you pick without replacing. If they say you pick and replace, that's a simple type of a problem. If you say we pick without replacing, you now need to know how does it change. Okay, what changes? Then you go to statistics, where you're going to learn about a histogram, box and whisker, stem and leaf diagram, cumulative frequency curve. And on a histogram, you need to know what is frequency density and how to put it. Then you're going to now go to other things in statistics, which is how to calculate mean, especially of grouped data. Mean, median, mode, all these things. And when you have a cumulative frequency curve, how you get the lower quartile, the upper quartile, how do you do those things? And your IGCSE math is done. So 10 minutes is what it took for us to explain this. Now we are getting to work. We will be starting from the bottom, which is what we are going to do in the next video. We are going to start from the last question in this thing. Okay, I hope you're ready. We start from the last question, which is right here. And this is going to be saying, calculate the volume. Which topic is this? Mensuration. It's mensuration. Have the list close to you. Check with it. If you are struggling with a particular topic, that is what you polish up. And this is how you study. You study topic by topic on those list of topics which I've given you, and you should be a guru. Let's get to work. Goodbye for now.